good positive result carrying forward towards the semi-finals. Now we'll have a quick look at the team cards. First of all, to start off with Maristella College, Anjana Gunawardhana will be their skipper. Tatsara Fernando, Amit Fernando, Isuru Fernando, Kemal Fonseca, Sanjay Fernando Pulle, Nisal Silva, Shannon Dabarera, Mohammad Sajid, Lauren Peter and Pranit Shaminda. Just to have a look as to how they will line up today. Maristella College will play a 3-4-3 formation. Rather balanced approach from them. Now just to have a quick look at St. Henry's College. How they will be lining up today. Rexus Madhushan, Jude Suban, Benedict Anojan, Jnanaruban, Anthony Raj, Amal Raj, Kanishtan, Sindhujan, Ajit, Krishant, Ruban Raj and Ramesh. Quite a few familiar names from last year's competition still in the lineup for them. And St. Henry's will have a 3-3-4, very attacking setup. Usual playing style, so interesting to see how they will approach this game. Just to wrap things up, we'll have a quick look at the benches for either side. Rather mixed conditions here today here in the City League grounds. Early showers and now a bright ray of sunlight, so will be rather cooling conditions for players to start off proceedings here, as we now are about to kick things off here. And, joining me in commentary today is Deshan Gonawala. Deshan, last year's champions, so we expect nothing short of goals from them.
Most certainly, Joe, it's been an absolutely brilliant tournament for St. Henry so far. They've come in with utter dominance from the group stages, carrying on the form from last year's tournament. Both these teams are two of the favorites heading into this match for the main prize, and it's interesting to see how they will compete now on a quarter-final stage, a match that both of them would be thinking should have been the final. Maristella, of course, have had quite a few changes coming into this match. They've lost quite a few players from last year. St. Henry's are going to have a different set of conditions to deal with, something different to their usual conditions back at home. Yeah, their charismatic centre forward is no longer at their disposal for Maristella College. Here, the national level striker, so he will be a very tough player to replace at least at this phase, just as soon as he has left school. But it's a very high pressing game that Maristella are playing up front. Good to see their intensity levels are pretty good. Slowly but steadily, St. Henry's getting their feet in the game. Quick throw in taken. Shaminda was the man defending there. And just to have a small introduction in Tamil now.
தற்பொழுது 2016 ஆண்டிற்கான கொத்மலே சாக்ஸ் கிண்ணத்திற்கான போட்டிகளின் காலிறுதிப் போட்டியின் 3வது போட்டியில் சந்திக்கின்றோம். ஏற்கனவே நடைபெற்று முடிந்த கிண்ணத்திற்கான சாம்பியன் கிண்ணத்தை சுவீகரித்து கொண்ட யாழ்ப்பாணம் புனித ஹென்றி அரசர் கல்லூரி மற்றும் நீர்கொழும்பு மேரிஸ் ஸ்டேலா கல்லூரி ஆகிய இரு அணிகளுக்கும் இடையிலான ஒரு போட்டி, அனைவரும் எதிர்பார்த்திருந்த ஒரு விறுவிறுப்பான போட்டி தற்பொழுது ஆரம்பமாகி இருக்கின்றது. ஏற்கனவே 2 அணிகள் அரையிறுதி சுற்றுக்கு தெரிவாகியுள்ள நிலையில் அரையிறுதி சுற்றுக்கு தெரிவாகும் 3வது அணியை தெரிவு செய்வதற்கான இந்த போட்டி மிகவும் விறுவிறுப்பான ஒரு போட்டி, அனைவரும் எதிர்பார்க்கப்பட்டது போன்று தற்பொழுது ஆரம்பிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கின்றது கொழும்பு சிட்டி லீக் கால்பந்து மைதானத்திலிருந்து.
Already very evident as to how St. Henry's are approaching this game. 2 excellent or 3 excellent ball playing centre backs they have. They operate as wing backs as well at occasions, so they won't play a scrappy line of football, that is for sure. But that being said, Maristella always constantly possesses a threat, and just as we speak, Anjana, the skipper for Maristella taking on the first shot, slightly off target, but intentions very clear. Sloppy bit of clearance, but recovered well by the St. Henry defenders. Now they can attack or they can launch an attack on their own. It's Sindhujan now, cleared away by Tatsara, also the central defender for Maristella College. His work will be cut out against one of the most charismatic attacking teams of this year's competition, massing up to about 30 goals in the group stage. So there are no mugs in and around the box. They know what it takes to become prolific scorers. Again, the ball played through to Kanishtan to Ramesh. This time excellent back flick. And that was very crafty by the winger. The execution though didn't match his skill, but early warning signs here for Maristella.
Already Maristella seem to be under the cautious. St. Henry's are showing their difference in class. They do have a number of Sri Lanka under-19 internationals. Madhushan and Jude, two of them. They are really dominating proceedings early on. Krishant also, another one of the lads to don the national colours. And as you can see, Joe, Maristella definitely seem to be worse off in these initial stages, especially in the middle of the park, where St. Henry's are more than happy to move the ball a bit quicker.
Yes, unlike both the opening games, St. Henry's midfield is the quickest to settle down, which is not one of the greatest signs to see if you are an opposition, especially if you are Maristella in this case. Quickly linked up with each other, and now Maristella trying to pose a threat of their own in this occasion, but that comes to nothing as a poor throw just finds his way past the touchline for a throw-in. Key is how Sindhujan, Ramesh, Kanishtan link up with the four front men. So they are sending a ray of attacks in front, at least seemingly the way they have lined up. Now Anjana slipping, trying to thread the ball through to his forward man Nisal. And here comes St. Henry's again. It's the left that they opt to go through. Ball played through towards Madhushan. Now quickly switching sides. Now it's Anojan who is in action. Gets the ball back in a scrappy manner. Kanishtan now working his way forward. And cleared away by the number 19, Amit. Right wing back. And Nisal once again finds himself completely isolated. Trying to string an attack of their own. Again the ball finds Madhushan. Madhushan looking for his numbers. This time opts to go the closer way towards the number 13, Anthony Raj. Doesn't find any success. Again, trying an attempt of a good link up by Sharminder, but Nisal unable to get a hold of the ball.
I think the boys from Nigambo are already showing that they are definitely missing Dilip Piris, Supun Lahiru and Sandeepa Fernando, three of the most pivotal players in their last season's campaign. In particular, Dilip Piris, who was top scorer for them, definitely adds a bit of stability, which we can see is not quite there yet at this point in time. Anjana and Sajid down the middle here for Maristella have a massive job. They need to, of course, watch Kanishtan, Ramesh and Sindhujan, and especially the danger man on the left flank, Madhushan, who's already shown glimpses of what he can do.
Dilip Piris was considered to be a one-man strike force whenever he was present at the ball when he was playing for Maristella. Time and time again he was the match winner for them, so it's very hard to find a replacement for a player of that caliber. He's now currently playing for the Sri Lanka squad as well, so that's the range of talent that Maristella are lacking at the moment, as we see another scrappy pass eventually finding Madhushan, getting past his man very easily. Now looking for his numbers in the box. Lovely nutmeg. Again finds his teammates right across the face of the goal, but easy pickings for Umesh, who was alert to the danger, but despite being outnumbered 2 against 1, Madhushan still able to find his teammate now. Nisal, on the other hand, had an opportunity but scuffs his shot. Fortunately for him, it ricochets off the defender for a corner. So something out of nothing here for Maristella to capitalize on. Surely they're pushing a few bodies forward already. The tall figure of Tatsara murking his way past the midfield into the box. The tall centre back. Shortest in the field was the one to get his head onto the ball, which is Anjana, the skipper of Maristella. Yet not a very telling touch. Lovely first touch. Work the ball towards the left now. Madhushan looking for his numbers. Slightly heavy touch as it loves number 14 Sajid, who is covering up for his defenders from midfield, mopping up at the moment.
Madhushan has been showing glimpses of his ability early on. He's definitely been the key man here. Him and Anthony Raj down the middle are definitely going to play a pivotal role. And the shot comes off and it goes in out of nowhere. St. Henry's have the lead.
Certainly a goalkeeping howler there. Nothing more. It was a shot on target, yes, but I don't think it had much venom than what it showed. It's Jude Suban who launched a shot from midfield, easily allowed space and time to come in and around the opposition's box, and Umesh certainly had a moment to forget there. So early lead for St. Henry's. I think fair enough considering the amount of dominance they've been possessing in the game, but not the way Maristella would have wanted to give that goal away. Very, very poor goalkeeping. To be honest, he wasn't challenged by that strike as such, except for the sluggish outfield. But here comes Madhushan again, trying to dance past his man. Amit sticking to his man. Good job, good defensive job there. Slight bit of miscommunication between Kanistan and Madhushan on the left, but still Maristella not being let off the cosh. Ball handed back to Kanistan rather cheaply. Now the midfield looking for their numbers again, going to the left, which has been the most productive for them from the beginning. But loose pass, handing the ball back to Nisal. Nisal trying to find Shaminda, but again a bit too much on the ball. Ball finds its way back to Kanistan rather. Now they're more than happy to play the ball from behind. This is one of their strongest aspects, St. Henry. They have excellent ball playing centre backs, and they are not hesitant to gallop forward when mattered. And again yet another attack. This time it's Anojan on the right. For the first time we are having a sight of his capabilities, but didn't provide the ball he would have possibly wanted to. Again another heavy touch, this time by Isuru. Originally off the left, but he's playing more of a right-sided role at the moment, and it seems as though from a 3-4-3 they've shifted to a 3-5-2, where it's Nisal and Shaminda who are actually the centre forward partnerships at the moment, and Isuru has dropped in to contribute to his midfield. Yet another attempted shot, this time rather hopeful, but Madhushan aware to the prospect, picking up the pieces, trying to dance past Amit. I beg your pardon, it's Kemal, but manages to keep the ball within play.
I think Maristella have already identified that they do have a bit of a problem down the middle of the park, and have shored up that midfield area. It's been far too open, as we can see on this occasion. Nisal trying to push on, runs into a bit of traffic there, loses the ball immediately, and it's wave after wave of St. Henry's attacks. Madhushan here on the left looking for the ball, looks for Anthony Raj instead, the midfielder.
What's wonderful to see is that the St. Henry's midfielders are playing a very box-to-box game. They do track back with the Maristella offense, but once they do manage to regain possession, they do gallop forward with the ball. So still allows their forwards to remain in their original positions and to capitalize on the passes which are given to them. So it's one of the reasons why they are one of the most dominant sides in this year's competition. St. Henry's very versatile in attack, but very uncharacteristic loose pass. Now this time he's outnumbered. He's the centre back Jude, but excellent bit of defending. Held his position, held his shape, and easily shrugged off Shaminder's challenge.
Both Jude and Madhushan, of course, are key players for Solid SC in the Dialogue Champions League. They're both playing pivotal roles here. They've been very influential, and already it's rather clear to see that their quality is a bit above the rest of the players on the pitch. As we can see, Anthony Raj here coming out with the ball again, and Madhushan again drifts outside onto the left, looks for the 1-2, ricochets off the defender, comes back. Madhushan there, the foul.
Amit almost guilty of letting his man loose on the left this time around. Managed to cover up easily though, but still damage done in terms of ball possession, as St. Henry's have another opportunity to swing the ball into the box. Won't be surprised if it is another direct attempt at goal, seeing what the keeper did on the previous occasion. So this could be a very surprising element. Again, shortly worked, public training ground routine, but this time Madhushan finding the wrong side of the post.
தற்பொழுது போட்டியின் 13 நிமிடங்கள் நிறைவடைந்திருக்கின்றது. ஏற்கனவே போட்டியின் 9வது நிமிடத்தில் யாழ்ப்பாணம் புனித ஹென்றி அரசர் கல்லூரி தனது அணிக்கான முதலாவது கோலை பெற்றுக்கொண்டது. அவ்வணியின் ஜூட் சிறந்த முறையில் மிக வேகமாக நேரே கோல் கம்பத்திற்கு பந்தை செலுத்தி தனது அணிக்கான முதலாவது கோலை பெற்றுக்கொண்டார். தற்பொழுது 1-0 என்ற கோல் கணக்கில் புனித ஹென்றி அரசர் கல்லூரி முன்னிலையில் இருக்கின்றது.
Jude once again standing tall for St. Henry's in defense. Encouraging signs for Maristella as well. There are certain glimpses of what they also can do, just that they're lacking the execution at the moment. Nisal and Shaminder also no mugs in terms of goal scoring. They know how to get on with their business, or get on about their business as centre forwards, but at the moment it's just the St. Henry pressure and the momentum they are carrying, which is not giving the required amount of confidence for Maristella to play their natural game. As we see again, Jude very composed, the keeper with a very loud and early call, coming together, launching the long ball forward, looking for his midfielder, which is the number 13, Anthony Raja, actually operating as a central striker and a midfielder, sitting deep at the moment though. Lovely bit of skill, but very tame effort on goal. Comfortable for Amal Raj to collect. These are the glimpses I'm talking about. Deshan, they do the hard work, but when it comes to the point where it matters, they seem to make the wrong decision.
I agree, Joe, 100%, because if you looked at the few efforts that Amal Raj has had to deal with, they've been very soft, and St. Henry's on the other hand have been far more direct. They've been far more aggressive in their shots. Dilip Piris, the man who has unfortunately left Maristella, would have been a different entity altogether with those chances. He's renowned for scoring those half chances, and it just seems like it's a bit too much for the likes of Nisal, Isru and Shaminder to deal with. Madhushan here down the flank again, tries to beat his man. The defender, of course, not letting his man through, the number 19, Amit. Anthony Raj puts it in. Free header opportunity there, just not getting enough men in the box for St. Henry. St. Henry's definitely look like they're going after a second goal to kill this game off as early as possible.
If they do get the second, this is no doubt going to be an absolute rout the way they are playing, but it's now the defense's role to keep them in the game, and just as we speak, sloppy bit of handling once again, and kindly allowing the ball to bounce in and around the box, and Anujan needed no second invitations with the keeper stranded and the defense all over the place, shambling. It's 2-0, and St. Henry's at the moment are 2 goals for the good here in the City League grounds in Colombo. Certainly catastrophic start for Maristella in this crucial quarter-final encounter, and St. Henry's showing their class time and time again in this game, and Already they've stamped their superiority with 2 goals in as early as the 20th or the 17th minute rather, I beg your pardon, and they're looking hungry for more.
தற்பொழுது யாழ்ப்பாணம் புனித ஹென்றி அரசன் கல்லூரி தனது அணிக்கான 2வது கோலையும் பெற்றுக்கொள்கின்றது. அந்த அணியின் வீரர் அனோஜன் சிறந்த முறையில் தனது அணிக்கான 2வது கோலை முன்னிலைப்படுத்தியிருந்த நிலையில் தற்பொழுது 2வது கோலையும் பெற்றுக் கொடுக்கின்றார் அவர். எனவே 2-0 என்ற கோல்கள் கணக்கில் யாழ்ப்பாணம் புனித ஹென்றி அரசர் கல்லூரி முன்னிலையில் வைக்கின்றது. ஏற்கனவே நடப்பு சாம்பியனாகவும் இந்த அணி திகழ்கின்றவை நினைவு கூறத்தக்கது.
Yes, just like our Tamil commentator just mentioned, they are the defending champions, and they're certainly putting on a show to show as to why they hold that title. Superior levels of football being on display.
Most certainly, Joe. It's clear to see that the St. Henry side, who've lost none of the players from last year's team, they definitely seem far more settled. They seem far more comfortable with each other as this ball is sent into the box early, but dealt by the Maristella central defense. And once again, what's something we've seen all game long, St. Henry's just seem to collect the ball off every Maristella attack as the ball comes in. Very, very good chance indeed for Anthony Raj to make it 3. Just not being able to get over the ball enough to direct it goalwards.
Timed his header and his run to perfection, but he didn't have the execution he wanted. These boys have been molded into this team from a very young age. That's why they have a very good team chemistry. They've been coming up the ranks together as a unit, and now they're playing at the highest level of school football. And I think one other thing is that if Dilip Piris was available for Maristella, him up against Jude, who is the centre back for St. Henry's, would have been a mouth-watering prospect, because 2 amply talented young men, both part of the under-19 setup, as we see Madhushan again given the opportunity, but this time the linesman claims that he was offside, and no complaints from St. Henry players, possibly because they too had a slight idea about that too.
Something that I have observed, Joe, is that Anthony Raj, he wasn't one of the starters from the earlier games, but he seems to have been drafted into the side with one thing. If you can see how he makes his runs, more often than not it's towards the inside of the box. He very rarely takes the ball outside, and Madhushan on the touchline here, he gets plenty of space to challenge the man, and with his pace and with his trickery, it's very hard to stop him.
I think they would have rested most of their senior players, or some of their best players, once they assured the fact that they were through from their group. Anthony Raj actually was one of the pivotal players even in last year's competition, in that absolute rout against Zahira College in the final. Nobody expected that result up until the point St. Henry started playing some absolutely fantastic football. And now Maristella with an opportunity, headed down and cleared away by the St. Henry's defense. Seem to be very comfortable at the moment. They're not given, or they have not been thrown with questions which require answers from Maristella, and rather going through their motions at the moment, if any. Anthony Raj again quickly latching onto that loose ball, intercepted well by Tatsara. Now looking for his men up front again, opting to go the wrong way. Hopeful, if any. Nobody was even within that direction of where the ball was headed, so they need to keep their head straight. It's still a fair bit of football to be played, 70 odd minutes remaining on the clock, including the second half entirely. So all they need to do is to get their rhythm going, and if they can keep the scoreline as it is, or manage to sneak in a goal whilst St. Henry don't score any goals further, that can make things interesting. We saw that day before yesterday, when Joseph was cruising, and all it took was one goal from Holy Cross, and things changed on its head. It suddenly became 3-2, but despite Joseph was going on to win the game 5-2. It certainly did raise the spirits of the Holy Cross boys. Now again, another ball somehow manages to find itself into the box, but cleared away. It's Anojan again with the good work. The number 22 quickly gives the ball to the man coming from midfield. That's Sindhujan by the looks of it. Again, not real convincing defense, but managing to get the job done. Again, Madhushan finding space. Lovely feet. Gets past two men, but the referee says that he came or played himself back onside from an offside position. So it goes back to the original decision, and Maristella again let off the cosh so that they can find some valuable space in the St. Henry's half, which has been very little, which has been occupied very less during these first few exchanges. Yes, Maristella had a few chances, they had a few opportunities. Lovely feed by Anjana, trying to find one of his centre forwards, unable to do so. Slight bit of hesitation amongst the St. Henry boys, but they get it cleared. Now St. Henry's quickly try to take again not a very good challenge on Anjana by Ramesh. So free kick handed back to Maristella. These are possibly seeming like the opportunities where they can push a few bodies forward. So far no success, but they still have opportunity to improve. Anjana now, I beg your pardon, Nisal now again. Loose pass, handing the ball back. Here comes St. Henry on the counter. Anjana tracking back to cover up for his mistake and clears it out. Still St. Henry throw in.
I think these are the kind of little mistakes that Maristella really need to avoid if they want to get something out of this game, as the ball is played over the top and manages to find the back of the net, but the referee calls it for offside. Yet another dangerous opportunity for Kivishant on this occasion. But like I was saying, Maristella need to eliminate these little mistakes, especially when they concede the ball further up the field, because as you saw, St. Henry's definitely don't complain when it comes to having to run at defenders. Anojan in particular, very comfortable. Madhushan on the other flank, equally dangerous. And these are guys that can definitely go on to harm Maristella. As we can see on this occasion, pushing forward is Shaminder. Tries to make something out of it. Isn't successful. He gets a throw in, however. Nisal on the inside looking for space. Just a bit too high for him. Sajid gets beaten. Ball comes back out now. Anojan looks inside Anthony Raj. Anthony Raj plays it first time. Good opportunity.
That's a very fortunate decision going Maristella's way. I didn't really see much there from Ajit as he galloped forward and won the ball and distributed it towards Madhushan, but the referee said that it was an illegal challenge on Anjana, the Maristella skipper. So let off the hook once again Maristella. Excellent cover up defense, towering above all the players is Jude. Certainly his exposure in terms of the highest level of club football in Sri Lanka has helped him. He seems to be in complete command in his defense as Nisal is given offside slightly, yet I think was the right decision made as the centre back immediately put his hand up. That's Ruben Raj. Ruben, I beg your pardon. Ball collected this time by Ramesh, looking for Anthony Raj, but not finding.
Jude, of course, will be wanting to win this tournament for the first time. Of course, he was part of the squad that managed to win the championship last year, but he missed the whole of the knockout stages with that terrible collarbone injury. He seems like a man hungry for victory, as Anjana here tries to test him. Very good opportunity there for Sajid. He doesn't do too well, but once again it's Anojan chasing after the ball. Something that needs to be said is Satsar is playing a very important role for Maristella as this last centre back, especially considering the amount of people that they commit forward in terms of numbers. Satsar has a very important role. He's made a few important interceptions, but the 2 goals, of course, don't seem to be doing him too much of a good.
Lovely ball dished into the box. Again looking for Anthony Raj, not able to find him. Tatsara rising easily, heads and shoulders above him, but the resulting shot from Ajit way off target. And yeah, I think Jude, he looks like a very steady centre back. He's a no nonsense defender. Clears the ball when it needs to be, and make sure he makes a telling contribution in terms of passing where it matters. Again, easily headed by Madhushan to Anthony Raj. Raj this time now ball comes towards Ramesh looking for his numbers, easily dancing past one of his defenders. Lovely feet by the young man, good composure, not giving it away easily, holding on to possession as they have a valuable 2-goal lead. Now Jude galloping forward, and what's nice to see is that Ramesh quickly covers as centre back once Jude makes a run. I think that's the beauty of the setup in terms of how St. Henry's have lined up. They allow space and time for the players coming forward as much as doing their defensive duties, covering up. Now it's Anojan on the right, passing 1, passing 2, but losing his footing there, and the ball trickles past the touchline for a goal kick. Maristella breathing a sigh of relief once the ball went out. Again, ball kindly falling to Kanistan. Kanistan looking for Anojan, but not finding him. Thumped forward this time again by Kemal. Now Jude again, number 11, this time contributing. Excellent midfield pairing there between Sindhujan, Ramesh and Kanistan. They are making things happen here for St. Henry's. Lovely composure. This time rather sloppy though by Ruben, but easily dealt with by his teammates. Wonderful touch, moving infield this time is Anojan. Gets the ball back, releases a shot. Again, not convincing, but parried away from danger by the keeper for a goal, for a corner rather. Danger not completely gone yet, but handled for the time being. Every single time there's a shot on target, it seems as though it's going in. Umesh not being convincing whatsoever for Maristella. So that's something the coaching and the supporting staff have to look into as well. Certainly lacking confidence as a goalkeeper. Timely interception there by the keeper. Palms the ball away from the grasp of Madhushan. If not for that, it could have been a simple tap in for a 3-0 advantage, but timely intervention there by the keeper. Now it's Shaminder, has been a mere spectator in this first half. Hardly was able to be at any sort of fruitful attempts for Maristella. Such is the dominance from the boys from the north, the defending champions of the Kotmale championship. Again, lovely turn, but Tatsara does well to cover back. After the initial mistake, he did very well to make sure he made amends for that. Good strong challenge, referee says pay on. Since ball possession is still with St. Henry's, the referee not giving that free kick. Ball back with Ramesh. Ramesh looking for number 17 Kanistan, past him. Kane Kanistan with the shot. The Maristella midfield has been hustled and harried all over the place. No proper shape to their play. So Henry's allowed with the freedom to shoot.
Just a case of not closing the players down enough, I feel, Joe. They are giving a bit too much space for the lads from St. Henry's. If you've been watching, especially in the middle of the park, Ramesh has had a lot of joy. He's been moving the play around, he's been taking his own time, and he's been one of the silent killers, so to speak, in these first few minutes. St. Henry's are getting enough and more time on the ball. Maristella really need to harry the opponents. if they are to try and get something out of this game. With two goals, with a 2-goal cushion rather, and half an hour into the game, St. Henry's are definitely planning out how they want to play the next hour, and I don't see them in too much of a rush. They'll continue playing the way they've been playing up to now, as the ball is worked to the right side for Anojan. Anojan looks inside, tries to find something. Anthony Raj gets the ricocheted ball. Ramesh tries to bring it down. He does. Sindhujan tries to take a snapshot, just a bit too optimistic, but with Umesh spilling the ball all over the place in the first half an hour. Can't blame him, can we?
I think Ramesh has been the talisman in terms of most of St. Henry's attacks in this first half. Very easy on the eye. The young man doesn't overcomplicate things, holds on to the ball when mattered, and when the necessity arrives or the opportunity presents itself, he's not afraid to throw that cross-field ball or the through ball towards his advancing forwards. So certainly someone Maristella can ill afford to give space. Again, sloppy touch, gallops forward does Madhushan, but his loose touch gives the ball away to Tatsara. Tatsara's clearance hits Anthony Raj for the ball to go outside the playing field.
தற்பொழுது போட்டியின் 30 நிமிடங்கள் கடந்துள்ள நிலையில் 2-0 என்ற அடிப்படையில் யாழ்ப்பாணம் அணி தற்பொழுது முன்னிலையில் இருக்கின்றது. ஏற்கனவே போட்டி ஆரம்பிக்கப்பட்டு 9வது நிமிடத்தில் ஜூட் பெற்றுக்கொண்ட கோலும், அதேபோன்று 17வது நிமிடத்தில் அனோஜம் பெற்றுக்கொண்ட கோலும் புனித ஹென்றி அரசர் கல்லூரிக்கு முன்னிலை வகிப்பதற்கான கோலாக திகழ்கின்றது. தற்பொழுது 2-0 என்ற நிலையில் முன்னிலையில் இருக்கின்றது. போட்டியின் முதல் பாதியில் 33 நிமிடங்கள் கடந்துள்ள நிலையில்
Half an hour into the game, Joe. It's been all St. Henry's for me. Maristella really need to pull their socks up. They've still not been able to get a proper shot away on goal. Even that last bit of confusion that caused a bit of havoc in the box, dealt it comfortably by the boys from Jaffna. It's been an absolute free ride. What do you think they need to do if they want to turn the tide in this game?
They can't allow that amount of time which they have allowed to the St. Henry's midfield. They're dictating terms at their own pace. The boys from Jaffna, again shot from distance, didn't look like it was going to trouble anyone. Very easily dealt with. Anthony Raj trying to flick the ball onto the on-rushing Krishant rather. Now Anjana, Maristella skipper, someone they'd want more on the ball. Anjana again working his way past into the box. Lovely feet by the little man, but he scuffed his shot completely. No power behind it whatsoever, and easy pickings there for Amal Raj in goal. Probably expected something to test him, but wasn't to be. But those are the sort of opportunities you have to capitalize on if you're Maristella, who better than their skipper Anjana, one of their consistent performers throughout the years for Maristella. But on this occasion didn't manage to get a very telling touch on the ball to trouble the scorers. Now it's that man Ramesh again. Jude throwing in a hefty challenge and cleared out this time by Ajit on the right. Glancing header by Kemal. And again now the ball is with Jude. Excellent crossfield ball towards the feet of Madhushan. Rather loose touch, but the execution of that pass was immaculate. That is the quality of this boy. There's a reason why he's part of a Premier League setup. This is the sort of quality he can offer. In coming all the way back from defense, that certainly gives you a slight idea of what sort of quality this team possesses overall. So certainly Maristella have their work cut out for the remainder of this game, as we see Ramesh again easily finding space past both men who marked him in midfield. Rather sloppy pass, but Adushan is always there to clear up the danger. Anjana winning that tussle, 50-50 ball. Now handing the ball to Nisal. Nisal finds space to shoot, but again slightly away from the target. I think the keeper had it covered anyways.
The first real shot coming off from Maristella, but Nisal yet again unable to get it on target. That's the first real time they've actually had too much of an intention of getting a real shot on goal.
I think partly due to the reason that whenever he does find himself with ball possession, it's always rushed onto by the defenders. They're hurrying him, and hence causing a lot of mistakes from the young man. That is mostly due to the pressure that has been built on the Maristella team. So as we approach the 40th minute, certainly been all St.Henry's in this third quarter final of this year's Kotmale Chucks Under-19 Championship. Again, Anojan holding on to the ball. Lovely ball, looking for someone in the box, but nobody home. Easily dealt with by Amit, the number 19 player, but still goes out for a corner. This is the situation they'll be wary of. They need to make sure they clear their lines and omit that constant threat from St.Henry's. The referee asks Ramesh to get on with it. Places the ball around 3 to 4 bodies inside the box. Goes for a cheeky attempt on goal. That's the defenders and the goalkeeper would be certainly cursing themselves had that found its way in. There were 2 men on the post stationed for that sort of an attempt, I assume, but no damage done as the ball hits the side netting on the wrong side of the post. Again, ball gifted or won back easily by Maristella. Now this time around though, Maristella find a few bodies up front.
Shaminder comes into the box and he tries to put in another cross for Nisal. Once again, it just shows that he does not have enough options. He's stuck between having to cut in and take a shot and go look for a teammate.
Sloppy from the number 17 for Maristella. That's number 7 rather. That's Nisal. And now Kane comedy of errors there. Anujan given the ball back. There's a man on the right. Looks like it's Krishantan. And squares the ball to the middle. Shot attempted. This time it's Sindhujan. Didn't get enough purchase as he would have wanted to. But they can't constantly allow him to take those kinds of shots. First goal was as a result of one of those attempts. But cannot forget that it was a goalkeeping error rather than the attempt being a good one. So it's 2 sides for that story. As we see Ramesh again, excellent ball distributed, but well read by Kemal, the left back. But again, a lovely switch of play by both midfielders, Ramesh and Sindhujan. Not keeping the ball stagnant on one side of the field, constantly moving it from this end to the other, allowing the game to stretch, not allowing the Maristella defense or the midfield to be compact. They are pulling the players out of shape, and as a result of that, they're finding ample space in the middle. So excellent ploy by St.Henry's. Certainly has worked for them in this first half. Such reads on the scoreline as well. As we see Ramesh again, always managing to find time and space around him. Excellent movement by the young man. Anujan again released on the right. Madhushan, maybe for the last 10 to 15 minutes, has been quite silent. Again, slightly a heavy touch there by Anthony Raj. Hits the ground after a challenge. I beg your pardon, that's Krishantan, the number 3. Again, ball looking for Nisal. Has very little chance in the air compared to who he is up against, which is Jude. Very tall and strong looking lad. Ideal centre forward material.
Just 2 minutes left for the close of play for this first half. You can see St. Henry is continuing to dominate as the brother of Jnana Ruben Vinod on that occasion, and Jude Subban coming forward again. He's been very good at driving in from the back. Anthony Raj here chasing a 50-50 ball, nearly gets it. Intercepted by Shannon from Maristella. Still going after it.
Very versatile midfield that St. Henry's have. They are floating in and around that area. They're not stuck to one specific position. If you see the movement of Ramesh when he does play, he pops up in the right, pops up in the left, and constantly poses the threat on the right. So does Anthony Raj when he plays up front. He does weave his way past the right and the left. Again, Anthony Raj, given the opportunity to shoot, scuffed his shot, but that allowed Krishantan to chase behind that loose ball. And, the keeper was alert to the danger. Now it's Shamin once again trying to find Nisal. Jude again intercepts. Excellent play by the young man. Complete defensive show, or a complete performance as a centre back for him in this first half. Hasn't seemed to have gone to sleep, considering that they have a 2-goal cushion. He's alert to his task, and he's making sure he's sticking to his man constantly. And once again, against the runner play, Maristella managed to find a corner from themselves, rather. Beg your pardon. And we have entered the 45th minute. Interested to see how many minutes will be added on, or whether there will be any at all.
Good opportunity for Maristella to try and get something out of this first half. The ball comes in, very, very comfortably collected by Amal Raj. That was their one chance to try and nick a goal and go into the interval with a halved lead for St. Henry's. The ball turns over immediately. Madhushan makes his way to the left. St. Henry's, they've really silenced the little crowd we do have here at the City League complex today. Maristella's bench not looking best pleased at all.
I think it's killed the spirits of the Maristella boys coming into this all-important quarter-final. A goalie has a goal, I beg your pardon, as early as the 9th minute, demoralizing the spirits of the Maristella lads. And the second goal didn't do any good for them either, as it just left them with their heads hanging low. Again, good idea there by the keeper, but slightly overhit over the head of Madhushan for a throw-in, but they will not mind that one bit. They've got the job done for the first half. 2-0 for the good. And again, Ramesh, wonderful ball attempted. Read well by Kemal, intercepted. Still holds on to the ball. Now looking for numbers up front. Finds Nisal. Nisal weaves past Jude for the first time. He commits a reckless challenge. That's a rarity of this first half. He's been on top of his game. Executed all the challenges pretty well. But this allows Maristella to end this half in a flourish. Possibly, if they could find a goal back, they would not be very disappointed about this first half, going into the hut 2-1. So interesting to see whether this will be a direct attempt on goal, or whether he'll lob the ball into the box. Tries to hammer it on the instep, but doesn't get the sufficient or the expected connection for it to trouble the keeper, allowing it to just kindly roll past the post for a goal kick. Retrieved by Anthony Raj. Anthony Raj this time again to Sindhujan for Madhushan after a long time on the left, but excellent defending by Tatsara. Physical presence, putting himself in between the man and the ball. And that is the end of the first half. Just a minute added on after the mandatory 45 minutes. And it's been all St. Henry's as we end the half. As St. Henry's finish 2-0. We'll just have a brief recap of the half in Tamil.
தற்பொழுது கொத்மலே சாக்ஸ் கிண்ணத்திற்கான மூன்றாவது காலிறுதியின் முதல் பாதி நிறைவடைந்திருக்கின்றது. இந்த பாதி நிறைவின் போது யாழ்ப்பாணம் புனித ஹென்றி அரசர் கல்லூரி 2-0 என்ற கோல்கள் கணக்கில் முன்னிலையில் வகிக்கின்றது. ஏற்கனவே போட்டி ஆரம்பித்து 9 நிமிடங்களில் முதலாவது கோல் பெற்றுக்கொள்ளப்பட்ட நிலையில் மீண்டும் 17வது நிமிடத்தில் இரண்டாவது கோல் பெற்றுக்கொள்ளப்பட்டது. முதலாவது கோலை அவ்வணியின் வீரர் ஜூடும், இரண்டாவது கோலை அனோஜனும் பெற்றுக்கொண்டார். எனினும் 24வது நிமிடத்தில் மற்றும் ஒரு கோல் பெற்றுக்கொள்ளப்பட்டது. எனினும் அது ஆஃப் சைட் மூலம் பெற்றுக்கொள்ளப்பட்ட கோல் என்பதனால் அந்த கோல் வாய்ப்பு அவ்வணிக்கு வழங்கப்படவில்லை. எனினும் முதல் பாதியில் மாரிஸ்டேலா அணிக்கும் பல வாய்ப்புகள் கிடைத்தது. எனினும் அந்த அணி வீரர்கள் அதனை சிறந்த முறையில் பயன்படுத்தி கொள்ள தவறியமையினால் எந்த விதமான கோல்களையும் அவ்வணியினரால் பெற்றுக்கொள்ள முடியவில்லை. எனவே 2-0 என்ற அடிப்படையில் முன்னிலையில் வகிக்கின்றது புனித ஹென்றி அரசர் கல்லூரி. மீண்டும் சிறிய ஒரு இடைவெளியின் பின் இரண்டாவது பாதியில் சந்திப்போம்.
We'd like to take a breather now. We'll be back shortly for the second half action in this third quarter final in this year's Kotmale Chalks Under 19 Boys Championship. The third quarter final played between St. Henry's College Jaffna and Maristella College Nigambu.
This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network, delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialog, the #1 choice of the people. Dialog, the future today.
Sawadikap! Can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you no use dialogue data roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah. Unlimited, same massage you want?
Me?
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with dialogue roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need.
Here, what's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1 for 1 plan from Dialog. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging and a flat rate to any network.
Dialog 1 for 1 prepaid plan. Dialog, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialog roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get Dialog roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network? Woohoo!
Hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam. Introducing the Ultra 99 postpaid package from Dialog. Say everything you want to say with the ultra benefits of extra talk time, extra SMS and extra data at a monthly rental of just 99 rupees only. Dialog, the future today.
Here, where can I get a data SIM? Bah. I say, old chap, where might a fellow find a data SIM card? Kiannako.
You're from Sri Lanka, right?
How did you know?
Why don't you use dialogue data roaming? Unlimited data for $5 a day.
Unlimited data for $5 a day and...
Data unlimited, my patience isn't.
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with dialogue roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every breath you take, every step you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
Progress starts with a dream. Through connectivity, technology, and talent, that dream can become a reality. Asiata, with you every step you take.
Look at my video game. Michael Jackson for Alaska movie. Malvane kinna sanga.
Navala pitiye yureni me. Sedava terege Bob Marley.
Endara no pila, lo pura sexarala. Lo que me tende the video game. Yapana ye Rajnikant. Yapana ye Rajnikant. Kottave Shahrukh Khan. Kottave Shahrukh Khan. Lo que engela pila, lo que te visibila. Lo que me tende the video play.
ලංකාවේ ඕනෑම තැනක ඉන්න අපේ ලෝකෙන් වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙට විසිවෙන්න.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වේගවත් ජාලය සමග වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙ රිසිසේ සැරිසරන්න.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every breath you
Progress starts with a dream. Through connectivity, technology, and talent, that dream can become a reality. Asiata, with you every step you take.
Michael Jackson, burlesque movie. Malvane inna sangadutte.
Navala bidiye yureni me. Sedava telege Kotmale.
Endarango pila, lopura sersalala, loke matende do video.
Yapana ye Rajnikant, yapana ye Rajnikant. Kotmale Shahrukh Khan, Kotmale Shahrukh Khan.
Loke engala pila, yo loke ta visibila, loke matende do video play.
ලංකාවේ ඕනෑම තැනක ඉඳන් අපේ ලෝකෙන් වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙට විසිවෙන්න.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වේගවත්ම ජාලය සමග වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙ රිසිසේ සැරිසරන්න.
Welcome back to the www.thepapare.com, live here from the City League grounds, Colombo. You're tuned into the third quarter-final of this year's Kotmale Chalks Under-19 Championship. And we are about to kick things off in the second half between St. Henry's College Jaffna and Maristella College Nigambo. It's been all St. Henry's in the first half. 2 goals to the good at the moment. Dominating midfield and making inroads of some sloppy defending from Maristella. Maristella, on the other hand, not been consistent, have paid the price for being lackluster in and around their own box, and also their oppositions didn't capitalize on the opportunities they got. So a lot has to change in this half if Maristella are to possess any sort of threat or pose anything of a threat towards St. Henry's. Especially in midfield, they cannot allow the likes of Sindhujan, Ramesh and Coniston to play the way they did in the first half. And there's an ample amount of room for improvement as we go into a small recap in Tamil now.
தற்பொழுது மிகவும் விறுவிறுப்பாக சென்ற முதல் பாதி நிறைவடைந்து மீண்டும் இடைவேளையின் பின் இரண்டாவது பாதி ஆரம்பிக்கப்பட்டுள்ளது. ஏற்கனவே யாழ்ப்பாணம் புனித ஹென்றி அரசர் கல்லூரி 2-0 என்ற கோல்கள் கணக்கில் முன்னிலையில் வகிக்கின்றது. எனவே இரண்டாவது பாதியிலும் அந்த அணி முன்னிலை வகிக்கும் நோக்கோடும் போட்டியை வெற்றி கொள்வதற்காக மேலும் 3 கோல்களை போடுவதற்கான முழு முயற்சியோடும் விளையாடி கொண்டிருக்கின்றது எதிரணியான Maristella ani. தொடர்ந்தும் ஆங்கிலத்தில் வர்ணனை வழங்குவதற்காக ஜோ.
Yeah, I think they need 3 goals if they are to win this, but I think at this moment of time they'll at least want that 1 goal to give some hope for them in terms of getting back into the game. Joining me again in commentary in English is Deshan Gonavala. Deshan, work cut out for Maristella from the word go.
Rightly so, Joe. They've taken the pressure in a positive note by the looks of it, and right from kickoff they seem to be wanting to push on and try to test the boys from Jaffna. But it's not just about the mindset. There needs to be some tactical adjustments made as well. Already we can see St. Henry is playing the same way they played early on, as Madhushan tries to get past his man, runs into a bit of traffic, gets the ball back into midfield, shot from distance, ricochets off the defender. Also Kanishton, who looks for Anojan. It comes through a deflection. Maristella managed to clear their lines. But like I was saying, it takes a bit more than just the mindset. It's also important that they get their tactics right, especially in the middle of the park. Ramesh, who was on the ball just there, has been absolutely brilliant. Just watch him spread play out. That boy can pick out a pass, and he's definitely shown it in the first 45. Things need to change if it's going to be looking positive for Maristella over the course of the next 45 minutes.
I think, Deshan, you noted out a few key pointers there. I think if you're Maristella, you need a few tactical changes. Your initial setup wasn't the ideal in terms of handling St. Henry's. And if I am St. Henry's, I wouldn't change much about the way I play, because it's been absolutely prolific for them. I think both flanks working equally well, and Ramesh seems like the man he has the eye for a pass. Does that young boy? He has the ability to make that game-changing pass from midfield, squaring the ball to the right or left. As we see this time, I think it's Anojan picking up an injury, a bit too fast for his man, who took the player rather than the ball in that occasion. So free kick here for St. Henry's. And also, again, Deshan, like you said, it's not just about the mentality. They need to do something about it as well. They have to be positive, and they have to show their positivity, especially in midfield. They can't allow time for St. Henry's like they are. Ramesh, every time when he does get the ball, seems like he's about to make a pass which is about to change the game. But just as we speak, excellent through ball towards Shaminder, but a heavy touch, heavy second touch, taking him away from the target, narrowing the angle down for himself, and he just made his job very hard. He was given a rather central pass, but his initial touch just took it rather squarely away. But still encouraging, this time laying it off for his striking partner, Nisal, and he shot miles away from the target. But they'll take a lot of positives though. They for once have breached the St. Henry's defense. That's a moral victory, if any. And Jude for once looked like he was actually chasing some shadows rather than being on top of the ball there. So that's the way they will want to play. They wouldn't want to waste much time in midfield hanging on to the ball, because knowing that St. Henry's have the ability to close them down frequently. They do play a 3-man midfield compared to their 4-man midfield, but still they seem to be outnumbered for some reason or the other. So the quick release or the quick pass is what they're looking for, and when they did attempt it, they looked like they were about to score.
By the looks of the first 5 minutes or so, it's very clear that the coach would have told goalkeeper Umesh to get the ball out of the blocks as fast as possible, because that is not the first time he picked the ball up and looked forward. The second time or third time he did it, it did work. As Maristella again push on, good chance, blocked away by their number 11, Ajit.
Loose pass, handing the ball back towards St. Henry's now. I think what you said was right. Deshan, one mistake that I see of St. Henry's is that when they do commit, they are left caught napping in defense, because most of their bodies are in attack. So if you do manage to release the ball in a very productive manner up front very fast, you can find yourself outnumbering the St. Henry's defense like they did on the previous occasion. So that's what they have to do. They have to up their pace when they're attacking, and probably settle down or reduce the pace of the game when they're defending, so that it breaks the momentum of St. Henry's. So that's the tactical change they have to attempt. But that being said, when the opportunity does present itself, they have to make sure they make the most out of it, because with an attack and defense like St. Henry's, it's not that always you find that opportunity presenting itself for you. So you have to make the most of every opportunity that has been presented to you as a team.
Being very realistic, Joe, I think St. Henry's did come into this game as overwhelming favourites. They had the championship from last season. They have the same set of players. As the ball comes in on this occasion, cleared by Maristella comfortably. But it's more about looking for a mistake that they can use to exploit St.Henry's. And one of the key things that I see is that St.Henry's aren't very good with the aerial route. They lack the power and the presence that Maristella's boys have, and that's something they need to be using. Once again, it looks like the coach has drilled some words into his team. Nisal there, trying to close his man down. St.Henry's do seem a bit under pressure when the ball comes through there. They're much more comfortable playing it to feet. Once again there, Anthony Raj trying to play it into feet. Not doing well enough. Maristella pick up the ball.
Maristella have to get the skipper on the ball more often. He has very nimble feet. Quickly gets rid of the ball, and not just does he get rid of it, he makes sure he makes a very productive pass. Now as we see the player galloping forward from defense. Now they have to be careful. They can't afford to give it away. Now it has left Anojan completely unmarked as a result of the defender dancing forward, and now he can easily work his way past one. He has done there so, but Anthony Raj on his near post could have done much more better than what he did. Scuffed his shot completely and let Maristella off the hook. Anujan now is looking rather menacing on the right as the game is stretching. The flankers from St. Henry's on either side seem to be finding acres of space in front of them, and momentarily at least the defense looks caught or outnumbered to a certain extent with the high pressing St. Henry's midfield.
Maristella of course do need to be careful, because St. Henry's College Jaffna, they are renowned for their fitness levels. They are renowned for how long they can withstand sustained amounts of pressure. They are very good in the final 10 minutes as well, and this bout of attacking that Maristella are doing, they need to make sure that they are not doing it in such a way that it really drains their resources. Good spot early on there from Kanistan. Anojan, the recipient, not quite being found. Nisal trying to bring it down. He gets the ball back, tries to find the number 10, Shaminder doesn't do too well. Ball goes out of bounds. Ball again with Maristella. It's a good period of possession for the boys from Negombo. They really have an opportunity now of trying to push St. Henry's back against the walls.
Yeah, good spell of play for Maristella, but they need to make sure they get something at least out of this. A solitary goal might not change the complexion of the game, but that certainly would change the mindset of both sets of players. Maristella will be more positive. Again, easily passing one. Nisal trying to lay it off to his centre forward partner. Unable to find him. Rather slow pass. Now again he does get a chance. This time shot on target. Comfortable height for the keeper to gather. But St. Henry's will be wary of the threat Maristella pose. Even in this year's competition, I think the opening game of this year's competition, Maristella fought back against St. Peter's to level things up. They were at a point 2-0 down, and the game ended 2-2. So they can do that sort of damage. As we see excellent work done there by Madhushan, but unfortunately he ran out of space. It's actually not Madhushan, I beg your pardon, it's Anthony Raj. Now we see a substitution being made. The player taken out is Kanishtan for St. Henry's, and the player sent on to replace him is the number 8 is that is Lakshan. Again, good control. Wasn't a very good pass. It was hit hard towards a man who was rather close to him. Good ball. Anthony Raj controls it well. Distributes the ball towards the ever-present Ramesh, but slightly offside was the young man. So again, Maristella getting away with it. Seems as though now both the forward players are playing rather widely, and I won't be surprised if they're actually having a 3-man offense again after the way they started, with Shaminder playing more centrally, with Nisal playing on the left, and seems like Isuru playing on the right. Slight tactical change, yet shape is pretty much the same. Number 8, Lakshan, making his first contribution. Now the ball is with Anojan. Just to make a clarification on that substitution, it's actually Sindhujan who has left the playing field and has been replaced by Lakshan, the number 8, and Kanishtan still is in this playing 11 as Ramesh swings a deep ball across. Free header, but doesn't make any sort of connection. Does the number 12 player? That's Madhushan for St. Henry's College, as Nisal comes dancing forward. Now Shaminder out wide. Lovely cushion header for Nisal with a lot of space to dance around. And again, very sloppy when it really mattered. Seemed to be rather loose in those sort of occasions. Again, strong challenge flying in by the St. Henry's player. Both players hitting the ground. Seemingly an injury. That's the front man, Krishantan, tracking back in defense. Both players picking themselves up. Seem to be all right. So now it's a free kick for St. Henry's. At the end of all that, it's the number 7 player to take it towards Ramesh. Heads it right across the face of goal, but comfortably dealt with by Umesh. Helped evenly well by his defender. Again, long ball sent forward. Shaminda unable to control it as well as he would have wanted to. Even it looks like now Ramesh is also playing in a rather wide role. And Kanishtan has taken a central stance, as I think the substitute is playing on the left, which he operated in. That's him right there, marking his man, who is the Maristella skipper, Anjana.
I think the ball is spending a lot more time in the middle of the park now as Anjana launches it up the pitch. Very comfortably taken by the keeper Amal Raj. But like I was saying, the ball is spending a lot more time in the middle of the pitch. It just shows that these boys are tiring a bit. And obviously when this happens, they do tend to lack a few ideas. And also the consistency and the intensity that is required to really penetrate defenses of this level. But definitely the game has turned into a more competitive one. As St. Henry's push on. Very good chance to score. Very well done by the defender to get rid of it. It was a beautiful ball sent in by Anojan, who's been a very, very dangerous player. Jude Suman once again pushing off from the back, the number 9.
Wonderful bit of large ditch defending there on the Maristella goal line. If had it not been for that intervention, scoreline would have been reading differently. See Anojan again coming from the right. Excellent header there by Tatsara, standing tall. He's a very tall man. Again, easy for Jude, the central defender for St. Henry's. Loose ball again, headed towards Ramesh, but dealt with. Now game is turning into a rather scrappy affair. No team with real conviction. Now again Shaminder trying to link up with his front man Nisal, who has been rather sloppy for my liking, because he has found himself in good positions with space and time and support, but always managed to make a meal of it.
Once again
as
down
we
this
see
left flank, St. Henry's pushing on. They really want that third goal, that 3-goal cushion that will really put this game to bed. They've not been as dangerous as they have in the first 45. Anthony Raj trying to get it past. Very good opportunity here. Kanishtan, he finds Anojan. Let's fly. Ricochets off the defender on that occasion. Number 12, Kemal. He's been doing a pretty decent job on Anojan actually. Anojan, of course, one of the best players in the island in his particular position. But Kotmale, he's not given him too much space. He's been on the case quite well.
Yeah, he has been kept on his feet throughout this game. It's not very important as to how well you position yourself if you're not getting the job done. What a hit that was by the number 22 Anujan, only to be denied by the post. Very unfortunate. The keeper was rooted to his mark, and surely he was really unfortunate not to get on the score sheet. Was the young man. Now he will take the resulting corner, but he will be kicking himself in that occasion. Very unfortunate. Again, lovely in-swinging corner, almost going on its own towards the goal. Now St.Henry is out of nowhere have upped the ante, understanding the threat Maristella have been possessing.
தற்பொழுது போட்டியின் இரண்டாவது பாதியின் 60 நிமிடங்கள் நிறைவடைந்திருக்கின்றன. ஏற்கனவே முதல் பாதியில் போடப்பட்ட 2 கோல்கள் மட்டுமே கோல்களாக இருக்கின்றது இதுவரை பெற்றுக்கொண்ட கோல்களில். இரண்டாவது பாதியில் 15 நிமிடங்கள் கடந்துள்ள நிலையில் இதுவரை எந்த அணியினரும் கோல்கள் எதனையும் பெற்றுக்கொள்ளவில்லை. எனவே முதல் பாதியில் பெற்றுக்கொள்ளப்பட்ட 2 கோல்களின் அடிப்படையில் யாழ்ப்பாணம் புனித ஹென்றி அரசர் கல்லூரி முன்னிலையில் இருக்கின்றது. எனவே அரையிறுதிக்கு தெரிவாவதற்கான வாய்ப்பு அதிகமாக யாழ்ப்பாணம் புனித ஹென்றி அரசர் கல்லூரிக்கு இருக்கின்றது. எனினும் தமது போராட்டத்தை இன்னும் முழுமையாக செலுத்தி கொண்டே இருக்கின்றனர் மேரிஸ்டெல்லா அணியினரும். போட்டியின் எஞ்சி இருக்கின்றது இன்னும் 30 நிமிடங்கள். பொறுத்திருந்து பார்ப்போம் போட்டியின் இறுதியில் யார் வெற்றி பெற்று அரையிறுதிக்கு தெரிவாகுவார்கள் என்று.
Now joining me in commentary is Hazik. Certainly a exhibition of offensive play by St.Henry's in the first half. It certainly left Maristella with no answers for the way they played.
Yes, in fact, St.Henry's really dominated the first half, but as you can see now, Maristella is really picking up their pace. I mean, they have executed many shots on target as well in the second half. They've really picked up their pace, but only time can tell whether they'll actually score a goal.
True, I think they would have loved an early goal right after kickoff, but wasn't to be. St.Henry are not just a dominant team in terms of their offense, they're very strong in defense. Again, excellent feat there by Anthony Raj, sending one man completely the wrong way and then unleashing a shot on his left. It's a two-footed player, so that's always a constant threat if you are a defender. Again, it is Anthony Raj, but this time keeper came, but confusion, and his defense made sure they didn't pay for his complete shambling attempt to gather the ball. He was left in no man's land once Anthony Raj managed to put the ball across the box. Fortunately, Anjana, the Maristella skipper, managing to clear their lines, but it's a corner nonetheless. Anujan will take it. Came from the right. Plenty of bodies in and around the box for St.Henry's. Again, Anujan going directly towards goal with that in-swinging delivery.
St.Henry is definitely not giving up actually. They really want the third goal here. They just really don't want Maristella getting one goal. They really want the clean sheet here.
Yeah, I think this is possibly an attempt to demoralize the spirits of the Maristella boys. The third goal now surely will seal the game for the Henry lads. Again, another shot saved on the near post. This time it's a shot from Krishantan. Again, scrappy clearance, throw in. Offside given against Ramesh. This time laid off by Anthony Raj, but slightly in an offside position. And
Anthony Raj really makes up for his lack of physique. Yeah, I mean, with his skill and as well as his pace, as well as his two-footed ability, he really makes up for his lack of physique there.
Yeah, it's always a menace when you're dealing with a short centre forward with their low centre of gravity. can easily run rings around you and run past you. And to his merit, I think Anthony Raj is a two-footed player, so he can destroy you on either the right or the left foot. So you can't afford to cover one side thinking that he's a one-footed player. He always has his resources covered in that way. He has a complete arsenal in that aspect. As we see again, calmly sent forward by Jude. Jude finding his man in midfield, that is Madhushan in a central role now, as Ramesh has gone on to the left to Anojan now. Easily dealt with by the Maristella defense. Now Anjana, the skipper, on the ball, giving it to Shaminder. Shaminder's loose touch, allowing Jude to get back into the game. Covers up well. Number 20 again physically barraging the number 3 player Krishantan, hustled and harried by Shannon, the number 20 player for Maristella. Offside decision. Now St.Henry will slowly reduce the pace of the game so that they can dictate terms again.
Cross, but comes to nowhere there. It seems like this phase of play has seen a stalemate really. Both teams really defending well as attacking well.
I think with Maristella opting to go for the kill, St. Henry's have been rather subdued in terms of their attack. They've only attempted to go forward when they've completely dominated midfield. So not much of an attacking threat. But that being said, you cannot underestimate the St. Henry boys. See again Anojan, again valuable opportunity. This time Krishantan scuffs his shot over the bar.
Krishantan really should have slotted that home there. That was really so easy. He was just in front of goal. He should have just side-footed it there. I don't know why he lifted it.
I think he got underneath the ball. There was a gaping hole in defense, and with the goal at his mercy, he surely should have done better. Got underneath the ball, scuffed his shot. Interesting to see whether he had a awkward bounce when the ball approached him. But that being said, as a centre forward, you have to be aware of those factors. Again, wonderful in-step attempt by Anthony Raj, slightly away from the target. Keeper beaten well and truly, but it's just the direction which saved him at that occasion. That's this man is looking threatening by the minute. Not on the goal, not on the score sheet rather yet, but he looks like he is about to get onto it anytime soon. The way he is playing doesn't show any signs of tiring or fatigue. Seems to be playing at the same pace as he did from the word go, or from the opening whistle. So that's a good example of the energy levels these boys possess, especially from the north. They play in very tough conditions up there. They practice and train in very humid and hot conditions. So when it's overcast and gloomy like it is today, with a slight shower on the horizon, it's always a luxury for these sort of boys. Lovely feet there, but slightly wide of the mark this time from Shaminder. He's been good in the second half, as we see a substitution being prepared. It's the number 13 Isuru who will be taken out and will be replaced by the number 11 player for Maristella College Nigambo, that is Manushka Fernando. Interesting to see where he will be playing, whether it will be a like-to-like substitution or whether it is a change in midfield.
It is most likely actually a like-for-like substitution, because Maristella at the moment are actually playing all right. They are not exactly, their defense is actually coping quite well with the St. Henry's College attack. It's unfortunate though that Maristella, being the team that they are, the attack is not living up to their standards.
Again Anojan on the ball, this time again dealt very well by the defender. Kemal getting a touch off Anojan himself to earn a goal kick. There has been a slight tactical change by St. Henry's as well. The number 12 who played on the left wing is now playing a central role, whereas the midfielder Ramesh is playing on the left. Again, good closing down. Excellent tracking back there by Anthony Raj. Cleared away by Kemal. No conviction, but gets the job done.
Throw in taken. They slip there. Maristella against the ball. However, St. Henry's gets it back. Takes a shot.
Looked like a toe poke, but it gathered pace as it went, landing rather awkwardly right in front of the goalkeeper. Did well to not parry it back onto the path of the on-rushing Jude. So, very well done in that occasion. Shaminda laying it off to his keeper, Anjana. Anjana dancing past one, not making his man to find Shaminda. Shaminda though unable to get on the end of that. Ball back towards the number 18 for for Maristella. But now St. Henry's managed to get out of jail. It's the number 11 Ajit. Wonderful ball across for Anujan. Now again taking on Kemal. Again a late challenge by Kemal, beaten for pace by Anujan. Similar sort of challenge in which he gave away a free kick minutes back. Similar sort of position, but this time I think Anujan has been caught heavily, and
we can see now that actually St. Henry's is really opting for a direct style of play rather than the indirect way that they were playing in the first half, using the wings mainly.
And Kemal has been cautioned in that process. There's another substitution being taken place. Number 5 player for St. Henry's College, Jaffna. Anthony Kilman taking his place in the field. Who he has replaced is not evident at the moment. But it looks as though it's the number 8, Lakshan, who also happened to be another substitute that has made way. Whether it's an injury or not, we are yet to know, and still not certain whether it is the player. Looks as though it is. Looks as though it is Lakshan who has been replaced. So, what is the theory behind that? We are yet to know. Could be possibly for an injury, or could be a tactical change, but it is as such at the moment. As we see Ramesh being fouled once again, this time on the left. Again, a good goal scoring opportunity or goal scoring position for St. Henry's, in which they've won this free kick.
These are definitely signs to show that Maristella is really frustrated at this phase of play, especially now the game coming to a close. They must be really fatigued as well.
Yeah, with both sets of players tiring down, Maristella, whenever one of those St. Henry's players get away from them, do lunge in for those dangerous challenges in which they present the opportunity for St. Henry's to get a set piece. But again, lovely set piece routine worked. It was number 12 Madhushan who got the shot away, almost beat the keeper on the near post, but parried away for another corner. Anujan will take it. He's been the man to take all the set pieces on the right hand side flag, corner flag rather. Again the in-swinging ball, and the keeper this time gets the benefit of the doubt from the referee. Free kick awarded for Maristella. Good sportsmanship from both the players involved in that occasion. Quick handshake, good understanding that no damage was done to either player. Play goes on as Anthony Raj comes back to gather the loose ball. It's number 14 Ruben Raj on the left. Again Madhushan with a lovely overhead dink. This time again Ramesh finds himself offside. been offside for like 3 or 4 occasions in this second half.
It really shows that St. Henry's is definitely not giving up their attack.
A lot of creativity on offer for the St. Henry's boys. I think Madhushan, who played as a winger, is now creating play from midfield, so can understand the amount of ability in these boys. Very versatile, can play in any position given the opportunity or the circumstances. See Anujan again keeps it in play, but ushered away from outside the playing area by Kemal. Kemal now gets the throw in himself, but easily headed by the St. Henry's lad. That's the number 7, Kanishtan.
Maristella getting the free kick here, opting for a constructive one.
Distributed wide. No sense of direction for their attacks. They're just trying to keep a hold of the ball, but that's not going to trouble St. Henry's. Now finally a man dancing forward, getting past 1, getting past 2, finds his man on the right, or the left, I beg your pardon. But again, just sideways movement rather than anything forward, so nothing productive coming out of it. The number 14, Ruben Raj's clearance, hitting his own man for another Maristella throw in. Now Shaminda with an opportunity, barged off the ball and wins himself another free kick. Now this is a good opportunity, Harzik, for them to trouble the scorers.
It really is, because we can see that Maristella is not really playing well when it comes to open play. They really have the chance in set pieces, especially with if they put up their midfielders up front. They really can knock on the doors of St. Henry's College here.
They have to position themselves well inside the box as Anjana swings the ball in. Lovely loop on the ball, but very comfortable as there's nobody to pick up the pieces on that occasion. Anthony Raj herring down the line, but thumped forward. Again, good defending, trailing leg by the on-rushing striker, leaving the goalkeeper in some concern, but he's all right to continue. Picks himself up. Excellent defending again by Jude, holding off his man and then allowing his keeper with the time to come and gather. Sign of a very composed centre back. Chested out by Kemal on this occasion. If not for that interception, Anojan would have been on his way on the right, completely unmarked. Lovely attempted through ball. This time keeper alert to the danger, easily gathers. Poor goal kick, too much on it for his own skipper to gather. Now again St. Henry's constructing from the back.
St. Henry is taking it slow here. However, put out for a throw in there.
Rather loose by Ruben. He wasn't under pressure as much as he thought he was. Could have taken more time and found his teammate on the left who was offering him assistance. That was Ramesh. Shot from distance. Very well hit, but equally up to the task was Amal Raj, St. Henry's custodian. Corner for Maristella, I beg your pardon nonetheless.
Amal Raj actually should have caught that. I mean, that ball was not hit with any power as such, so he shouldn't have really kept it out for a corner. He should have caught it really.
I think the bounce right in front of him caused a bit of concern in him. Again, Shamin scuffs his shot completely. Not convincing from St. Henry's number 5, Kilman, the substitute. Again, really very aggressive tackle there. Won't be surprised he will be taken into the book. He's pleading his case with the referee. But it's a throw in for the Maristella lads, and the referee giving a yellow card for Madhushan for an elbow. That's the first booking for St. Henry's. I think he pulled a case from a previous occasion and made it very clear to him as to why he's been taken into the book. Now Anjana has the opportunity to possibly take a shot on target. It's slightly outside the box. The angle is also in favor of the striker, especially if you're a left footer, that is. But that being said, the right footer still has the entire far side to aim at. Interesting to see how he will go on about it. And Nisal joining in on the wall, possibly to create a gap for his skipper when he takes on his shot.
Or he could just dink it on the far corner and an on-rushing player. Looks like he goes straight to the goal, and that was actually straight to the keeper and met in kind.
Good strong strike, but straight at the keeper. Comfortable height for him to deal with. Parried it onto the ground and took it on the bounce. Didn't want to take any chances going for it first time. And now Anthony Raj, now this time on the right. He's been all over the place for St. Henry's. Lovely glancing header. Didn't get enough connection though, Krishanthan. Comfortable again for Umesh, but now we've entered the last 10 minutes of the game. Maristella need a goal immediately if they are to make something out of this. St. Henry's more than comfortable holding on to possession. They don't need to do anything silly or extravagant. They just need to hold on to the ball, make sure Maristella don't score. That being said, here comes Shaminder trying to get to Nisal, unable to do so. Anjana picking up the pieces. Again pulled back by Jude, and another free kick for Maristella. The free kick count and the foul count building on St. Henry's at the moment.
If Maristella actually do get their first goal for the game, it really could unsettle the St. Henry's defense, and it could end up as a draw with the remaining time. But only time can tell, really. With the St. Henry's current defensive lineup, it is a very hard task for the Maristella attack to deal with.
It's a different set piece taker this time. Again Anjana on the bounce, comfortable height again for the keeper. Easy pickings if you are the St. Henry's goalkeeper. Tamal Raj wouldn't mind that whatsoever, coming at that comfortable height. Cleared away. Tatsara, tall centre back who has picked up the pieces. Anjana with a soft touch, but ball trickles along to Krishanthan. Krishanthan laying it off now, this time to Kilman. Kilman is the substitute, but good covering up defense and wins himself a goal kick, does the Maristella lad. And another substitution being ready. This is again for St. Henry's. Krishanthan will be the man relieved of his duties, and the number 19 player, it's Andujan, who is making himself into the playing field. Interesting to see whether it's a defensive substitution or not, depending on where he positions himself. What do you think, Hasif? Defensive approach?
With this current phase of play, I don't think so. They will definitely try to get their third goal to cushion their lead, really, because Maristella actually is still trying their level best to knock on the St. Henry's College doors. But yes, St. Henry's would prefer the clean sheet rather than concede one goal.
Fair enough. I think one more goal here will put the game completely to bed. There's no way Maristella could manage to find 3 goals in as little as 8 minutes which is remaining. So interesting to see how they approach these last minutes of this game. Of course, I'm sure there are a few tiring legs as well in the middle. Again, ball squared across. Nisal picking up the pieces, laying it off to his teammate. Shot on offer, taken but deflected. Again, tries another shot. Hits it firmly, but hits it way off the bar. That's Tatsara, their tall centre back. Now playing in a more of a centre defensive mid role, allowing himself to come more forward. But had that been on target, Hasik, story could have been different for the last 5-6 minutes.
It really would have been. Actually, many times Maristella had shots on target, actually, I mean, all the shots on goal were never on target really. If they were on target, they really could have scored at least one goal and actually made up for a comeback.
ஆம், தற்பொழுது போட்டியின் 85 நிமிடங்கள் நிறைவடைந்திருக்கின்றது. போட்டியில் எஞ்சியிருப்பது இன்னும் 5 நிமிடங்கள் மாத்திரமே. முதல் பாதியில் பெற்றுக்கொள்ளப்பட்ட 2 கோல்கள் மட்டுமே இதுவரை பெற்றுக்கொள்ளப்பட்ட கோல்களாக இருக்கின்றது. இரண்டாவது பாதியில் இரு அணிகளும் பல முயற்சிகளை மேற்கொண்டாலும் அதனை கோலாக மாற்றுவதற்கான சந்தர்ப்பம் இரு தரப்பினருக்கும் கிடைக்கவில்லை. எனவே இரண்டாவது பாதியில் இதுவரை எந்தவிதமான கோல்களும் போடப்படவில்லை. ஏற்கனவே 2 கோல்களை பெற்றுள்ள நிலையில் அனோஜன் மற்றும் ஜூட் ஆகியோரின் கோல்கள் 2ஐயும் தவிர இந்த போட்டியில் வேறு எந்தவிதமான கோல்களும் பெறப்படவில்லை. எனினும் எஞ்சியிருக்கும் நேரத்தில் தமது அணிக்கான முதலாவது கோலை போடுவதற்காக மாரிஸ்டெல்லா அணி சிறந்த முயற்சிகளை மேற்கொண்டு வருகின்றது. இரு அணிகளினதும் பின்கள வீரர்கள், அதாவது டிஃபென்ஸ் சிறந்த முறையில் செயற்படுவதனால் எதிரணிக்கு கோல்கள் பெறுவதற்கான வாய்ப்பு குறைவாக இருக்கின்றது என்றே கூற வேண்டும்.
It's now or never for Maristella at the moment. If they don't manage to find a goal now, certainly curtains for them in this year's competition. As we see, St.Henry is winning another valuable corner. Not just are they on the right side of the field, but also they are eating up valuable time for Maristella to get back into this. So there will be no hurry in terms of taking these set pieces, although they are pushing quite a few bodies forward. And cleared away by Tatsara. Still very scrappy, but Nisal doing his defensive duties wins a free kick for himself. Now Maristella will push as much as bodies forward. Just less than 4 minutes remaining in this game now.
Maristella should actually at least go for a consolation here. Otherwise it would be in vain for all their attempts on goal, all their plays. It would be really in vain.
Hopeful ball into the box. Towering header there by the cover-up defender Ajit. He's the right wing back rather.
Maristella, however, gets the corner and has the chance to at least get a consolation. Corner taken really badly there.
Again, Anthony Raj trying to lay it off to his man on the right. Didn't have the power behind it or didn't have the legs behind it to get to the intended target. And Tatsar intercepts, but the ball comes back to Ajit. This time he launches it forward to the number 19, who barges into the defender Kemal, and Kemal wins himself a much needed free kick. Maristella have to do something about the current situation at the moment, because they just play in this subdued manner. They're just going to go down tamely. Good ball this time. Number 7, Kilman, swings the ball in.
Hits the post there.
Hit the post, and actually the ball went out for a throw, Hazik, so didn't leave the playing field. And Maristella player on the ground, possibly by the looks of it for a cramp. And interesting to see now. Next is how much of added time there will be at the end of the 90. There weren't many significant injuries in which the play was stopped, so doubt there will be much more than 1 or 2 minutes, that too considering the fact that there were quite a few amount of substitutions being made.
St.Henry still tries to score some goals here, but it is unfortunate there. I'm sure that St.Henry is really trying to kill time here by just taking shots, taking their half chances willy-nilly.
It's just a minute left, a minute of additional time being signaled by the linesman, as expected, not many. But here is now there is a chance. should have been the first goal, but very selfish there by the centre forward. He had a man open on the right hand side, which was Nisal, but Shamin opted to be selfish about it and completely wasted that opportunity, much to the disgust of his support staff on the touchline.
He just took too long to release that ball, really. There was no reason for him to keep the ball for so long. It was really very selfish of him.
I think at a point he found the keeper scrambling. That was the occasion in which he should have rolled it along to his striking partner, who just had a tap in, Hazik. Those are the little things which matter at the end of the day. Had that ball found the back of the net, this could have been an exciting last 60 odd or 50 odd seconds. Despite it being quite a little time, could have been like complete drama here, as Anthony Raj's header doesn't have that much of power to trouble the keeper. Kindly falls onto his lap, and that will be the end of this game. It's just the 2 goals in the first half that has made the difference. St. Henry's College Jaffna, the defending champions, have progressed through to the semi-finals of this year's competition as well, with a commanding 2-0 win over Maristella College Nigambo. Just to have a recap now in Tamil.
தற்பொழுது கோத்மலே சாக்ஸ் சாம்பியன்ஸ் கிண்ணத்திற்கான காலிறுதி 3வது காலிறுதியின் ஒரு 2வது பாதியும் நிறைவடைந்திருக்கின்றது. 2வது பாதியும் நிறைவடையும் பொழுது இந்த போட்டியில் போட்டியிட்ட நீர்கொழும்பு மாரிஸ் ஸ்டெல்லா அணி மற்றும் யாழ்ப்பாணம், இந்த சுற்றின் நடப்பு சாம்பியனாக இருக்கின்ற யாழ்ப்பாணம் ஹென்றி அரசன் கல்லூரிகளுக்கு இடையிலான போட்டியில் 2-0 என்ற கோல்கள் கணக்கில் நடப்பு சாம்பியன் யாழ்ப்பாணம் ஹென்றி அரசர் கல்லூரி அணி வெற்றி பெற்றிருக்கின்றது. எனவே அரையிறுதிப் போட்டிக்கு தெரிவாகும் 3வது அணியாக அந்த அணியினர் இருக்கின்றனர். ஏற்கனவே ஆரம்பிக்கப்பட்ட முதல் பாதியில் 9வது நிமிடத்தில் ஜூட் மற்றும் 17வது நிமிடத்தில் அனோஜன் ஆகிய இருவரும் பெற்றுக்கொண்ட கோல்கள் இந்த அணியின் வெற்றி கோல்களாக அமைந்திருந்தது. அதன் பின்னர் மிகவும் விறுவிறுப்பாக இடம்பெற்ற 2வது பாதியில் இரு அணிகளுக்கும் பல கோனர் வாய்ப்புகள் மற்றும் ஃப்ரீ கிக் வாய்ப்புகள் பெறப்பட்ட நிலையில் அந்த வாய்ப்புகள் மூலம் எந்தவிதமான கோல்களையும் இரு அணிகளும் பெற்றுக்கொள்ளவில்லை. எனவே 2-0 என்ற கோல்கள் கணக்கில் யாழ்ப்பாணம் ஹென்றி அரசர் கல்லூரி வெற்றி பெற்று அரையிறுதிக்கு தெரிவாகும் 3வது அணியாக இருக்கின்றது.
Just to do a small recap on the statistics of this game. 15 attempts to 16. Maristella slightly edging St. Henry's on that head-to-head in terms of that statistics, but again Maristella 8 out of that on target, whereas only 6 for St. Henry's. 10 fouls committed by the side from the north, whereas it's just 9 fouls for Maristella. 5 of St. Henry's challenges in their own half, whereas 7 of Maristella's challenges were in theirs. 5 corners apiece, 8 offsides for St. Henry's, quite a high number of offsides compared to just the 3 for Maristella. 1 yellow card apiece and no red cards shown. But the telling stat of the most is that St. Henry's scored 2 and Maristella managed to capitalize on either of their opportunities. And that wraps up the third quarterfinal here in the City League grounds, and tomorrow will be the last quarterfinal. It's promising to be an absolute belter between Zahira College Colombo and the Mazenot College Kandana, and that will commence at 3 p.m. and by the end of that time we will know our this year's semi-finalists who will be playing the defending champions. It could be possibly a replay of last year's final where Zahira College will be taking on St. Henry's, but we are yet to see. The Mazenot College also no pushovers, so tune in to ThePapare.com. We will be live at 2:50 p.m. tomorrow, and we will be here throughout that game. And today here it's me, Harshan Joseph, wrapping up alongside Hazik for ThePapare.com, sharing the passion.
Every breath you take, every move you make, step you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
Progress starts with a dream. Through connectivity, technology, and talent, that dream can become a reality. Asiata, with you every step you take.
Look at my video, Michael Jackson, Burlesque movie. Malvane kinna sanga
Navala pitiye ureni me Sedava tere ke Kotmale
Endarango pila, lo pura sexarala, lo que me tende the video. Yapana ye Rajnikant, yapana ye Rajnikant. Kotmale Shahrukh Khan, Kotmale Shahrukh Khan. Lo que engala pila, lo que te visibila, lo que me tende the video play.
ලංකාවේ ඕනෑම තැනක ඉන්න අපේ ලෝකෙන් වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙට විසිවෙන්න.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වේගවත් ජාලය සමග වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙ රිසිසේ සැරිසරන්න.